We welcome you to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Bryant-Denny Stadium is the home of the Crimson Tide. And today, it's Alabama hosting the Vanderbilt Commodores in the Southeastern Conference. The deep man for Vanderbilt is Tony Jackson, who averaged 22 yards per return last year.
Proctor, a true freshman, it's going to be his first kickoff. This was not a strong part of Alabama's game last year. This will help.
This one is headed for the end zone, and it will not be run out by Tony Jackson. A three-man eye bone, and the give was a fake instead, and keeping it. Marcus Wilson out for good yardage on first down, out to the 25, maybe the 26. Wilson joined by Tony Jackson, who failed to return the kickoff a moment ago. Carlos Thomas, and then the front men. Pat Akers is the tight end. The offensive line averages 6'5", 267 across the front. Richard Sines, the center, an SEC all-freshman performer last year. He's out of Houston. Good yardage on first down for the Commodores. Now the deep man, straight ahead. It is Tony Jackson. Copeland and Curry, the bookends we talked about, flanking James Gregory, the junior out of St. Louis, the nose guard. They played the 3-4 with Hall, Morris, Oden, and the flamboyant Antonio London, the senior at that left outside, Langham, Shea Donnelly, and the very versatile George Teague at right corner. He also backs up at both safeties. First down for the Commodores. Take to the fullback. Wilson keeping again. He's out to the 40-yard line. 6 yards on first down again. 2nd and 4 as the Commodores approach midfield. There's the pitch. And out to about the 47-yard line. Wilson giving it to the fullback Thomas. Nothing there. All over him. John Copeland.
Two excellent defensive ends.
Commodores on long yardage for the first time. Wilson for a loss. Back around the 46.
They hate to be in those must-pass situations, which this is.
Clarence Civilian, Eric Ware are the wide men. Wilson flushed out and sacked. About a 5-yard loss as Jeremy Nunley. Lawrence, all SEC twice in his career. Chris Anderson, the deep man.
It's a fake.
And they fake it, and they're down inside the 30 as DiNardo goes showtime here on the very first series of the game. The man receiving the pass, cornerback Robert Davis. First down at the Alabama 17. First man through, fumble on the play. Alabama appears to have it at their own 14-yard line. Recovering the fumble, Lemansky Hall, the right outside linebacker. Tied offensively now at their own 14-yard line with quarterback Jay Barker at the controls. Single back set, and the give is to the first man, Derek Lassick. He gets outside. He's beyond the 35, the 40, and brought down at midfield on Alabama's first offensive play. Tied with 3 wide receivers on first out at midfield. 2 plays dramatically changing the complexion of this game. Barker to throw. He's got a man, Prince Wimbley, on the right side, the flanker.
Led him to victory against Tennessee.
Barker on a little bit of a draw. Lassick fighting for yardage, dancing his way to a first down. He appeared to have nothing, and he turned it into a first down. Lassick busy so far. Martin Houston the job of replacing number 24, Kevin Turner, and they've got a very talented, quick receiving core as well.
And you'll see a lot of them play this Saturday.
Offensive line averaging 6'4", 269. A veteran crew. Wilson a senior, Stevenson a sophomore, the rest all juniors. 3-man front, Tony Cates, a transfer from Air Force. Gary Rogers, John DeWitt, the nose guard and right tackle. Quarles, Collins, Melton, and Francis are the outside linebackers and inside men. Robbie Young, Aaron Smith, a converted quarterback, Jeff Brothers at the free safety, and Robert Davis, who also returns punts at the right corner. 2nd and 10. We're 5 minutes and 40 seconds into the first quarter. No score. Barker, plenty of time. And out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Bama out of the eye. Deep man Lassick. Forget it. Commodores meeting him en masse.
Got his feet planted firmly on the ground here after 11-1 last year.
Anderson and Houston in the backfield. They will block as Barker goes down the middle, and it's just beyond the reach of Steve Buskey.
Too much adrenaline.
He's 2 for 3, 21 yards. He faces a 3rd and 13. They've got to get down to almost the 6-yard line. He's flushed out of there. Finds time, and it's well over the top of Prince Wimbley, and kicked 26 field goals, his longest 60 at Pelham, Alabama. This will be a 46-yard attempt, but he's got the ball spotted right in the middle.
Right, and it's going to be his first one in regulation off the grass. Let's see what happens.
It looks good, and he's got room to spare for an Alabama 3-0 lead. So one young player living up to his preseason billing so far. Tied 3, Vandy nothing. 8 minutes, 11 seconds to go. First quarter.
Michael Proctor keeps that up. They've solved the situation.
He put his first one into the end zone. This one a little shorter. Tony Jackson has it at the 3. He'll angle to the near side, and he'll be met head on. It looked like number 13. Marcus Wilson faking to Thomas. Second man through, another fumble. Alabama has it. It's outside the 26-yard line. An Alabama man has the football, and it'll be another change of possession. Sam Shade. He had a fumble caused against Vanderbilt last year, and this year he...
5 yards.
Especially after the confidence they showed in that very first drive. Barker for Lassick. He will cut outside inside the 30. Wrapped up in the secondary by Robert Davis.
It's the little notch inside, and Tim, that might mess up both secondaries.
Barker flushed out of there. And this one out on the left flat. 3rd down and 11 for the Tide as they split the backs. 3 receivers. Barker with time, looking left side in the end zone, and it's just beyond the reach of Curtis Brown. Michael Proctor will have a 43-yarder here, but he's not in the middle. He's over toward that right hash mark. Well, he drills this one, and it is right through there. A 43-yarder with about 15 yards to spare. This kid is really drilling the ball so far, and the Tide takes a 6-0 lead with 7:02 to go in the first quarter. Now we'll pause.
For the game, he was concerned about his high ranking when he had never had a guy. His field goal kicker hadn't kicked, punter hadn't punted. Well, he's found out about his field goal kicker, that's for sure.
That's his second of 3 kickoffs. Vanderbilt needs a long drive, and they need to control the football. Marcus Wilson into the belly of the fullback, then he keeps it. He was almost caught from behind. Kind of like a feeling when you cross a railroad crossing. Now he'll give it to the tailback. And out beyond the 30-yard line is Tony Jackson. They're able to move the chains on that one. Wilson faking left, going right, and pulled down from behind. Good pursuit. Yardage by the Commodores, though. That's 2nd and 3. And again, Jackson out around the 45-yard line.
Signs is filled in well.
The eye bone back to work. They were in a straight eye look that time. And nothing much, just over the 45-yard line.
He's a graduate student now. He graduated in 4 years. Good job, Eric Curry.
Wilson with plenty of time. A wobbly pass that's hanging up, and it's intercepted by Alabama. Number 43, Antonio Langham has it, the junior. As the Tide goes first down just inside its own 25. Barker with a deep drop. Time, left side. Out there is Kevin Lee, and he is beyond midfield.
Makes that catch, he's got to be hitting him, trying to shake it loose.
Good yardage again. This time it's Chris Anderson fighting his way inside the 35. Down to about the 30-yard line.
Ripped off a 96-yarder on one attempt last year.
Right into the belly of the fullback. About the 30-yard line. 3 yards on first down for Alabama. We have a flag. The left defensive end might have jumped, or the outside linebacker. and that's the man who ends up pressuring the quarterback, Rico Francis.
No call on intentional grounding. Number 83 in the area. We have defensive team violation neutral zone, 5-yard penalty.
Lassett trying to get outside, can't do it, wrapped up beautifully.
When you're taking on Derek Lassett, you don't want to be by yourself. You want to have all the people around you can get.
Loss of a yard. It's 3rd and 4 for the Tide. Parker, deep drop out to the right side and a little bit tall. It's 2 for 2. This will be a 42-yard attempt near the left hash mark.
Talked to Hootie Ingram, the AD here at Alabama, and he said Proctor is just very quiet in practice. Looks like he's going to go to sleep all the time. Doesn't kick that much, but when he kicks, it's good.
He is perfect. How about this for a debut, folks? 46, 43, and 42-yard field goals in his first 13 minutes of collegiate action. Hard to get a reading on what Bama's doing offensively so far. Not much. Vanderbilt has done more than they have, but they've made the mistakes. Jackson to his 20 and diving forward out. And we're very honored to bring you our first ever SEC football telecast. 9-0 Tide as the Commodores go to work. Deep man. Straight ahead, good yardage.
They've got some substitutes in the secondary also.
Good yardage. They face a 2nd and 2. Jackson again trying to get outside. Gets beyond the 30. He'll go for the first down. Out.
Worked on the scout squad last year. Now he's working his way into the starting lineup.
Wilson still has it after the fake. He couldn't get it outside. Could not get to the stadium. We're in the last 45 seconds now of the first quarter. Wilson looks at Jackson, gives it to him, and forget it.
Made better players out of both of them, probably.
3rd down and 6. Fullback has it. Fumble. It's on the ground. Hard to tell who has it. Tide claiming they do, and it's Vanderbilt's 4th turnover of the game, their 3rd fumble. As Palmer watches, it's 9-0 Tide. After the Tide operates offensively, first down just outside the Vandy 40, out to the left flat and trying to run before he actually had control. He was a JC All-American in Hines, and now it's 2nd and 10 for the Tide. Back split, short drop, Barker right up the middle. And we had a little activity going here.
Interference, defensive team, 15 yards of previous play, first down.
They won't mix and match him like they did in years past. 26-yard line, first down Tide. Pitch out to the deep man, and running hard was Prince Wimbley, a flanker.
Tackles 2 years ago, and he only played in 6 games.
Did the same thing in high school at Whites Creek in Nashville. Nothing much there for Derek Lassett. It's now 3rd and 10, Alabama. They've got 3 wide receivers. Parker, plenty of time, overthrows a man, intercepted. Aaron Smith, the strong safety.
Great job of disguise. 28-0, real easy.
You are right about that. We're 90 seconds into the second quarter as Vanderbilt operates, and it looks like
Dead ball, violation neutral zone, offensive team, 5-yard penalty.
as North Carolina continues to romp in the ACC. Tony Jackson, the deep man, just fighting his way out to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 12, just inside the 10. Marcus Wilson. Nobody there. Broken play, and he will be sacked by Curry back at the 6-yard line. Jerry DiNardo wanted to avoid gambling situations today. His offense faces 3rd and 17. Wilson in his own end zone. Out to the left side and well up over the top of Clarence Civilian.
Run pass situation.
Tide might be coming here. A 10-man front. Anderson to receive it. And they've got the block inside the 5-yard line. And Alabama will get great field position as George Teague was into the end zone after the kicker.
Teague knocked the ball out, and that ended everything. And here we go.
Fullback into the line. They've got Harrison, a wingback. Lassick is back there. He's the man with the football. Trying to go to the pylon. Far side. Touchdown, Alabama.
kept running laterally, and there was no straight defensive secondary.
Michael Proctor has never missed an extra point. 53 in high school and 1 here in the collegiate ranks. 16-0 Alabama. Season opener. They lead Vanderbilt 16-0. Michael Proctor lets it go. Kicking into the wind. It's at the 1. Tony Jackson. He's got some room. He's beyond the 30. And finally, first half, and Vanderbilt in trouble. They give to the fullback. Number 34, Carlos Thomas. 6 yards in 2 plays. Wilson trying to get outside. Never could make the pitch.
Punt was. I mean, it
During
wasn't a
the
rough
run,
punt.
holding, offensive team. 10-yard penalty by the foul.
2nd down, 18. Vanderbilt long yardage after the penalty. Marcus Wilson, draw play. Tony Jackson, forget it. All over him. And you're liable to find anything on the sidelines these days. 3rd down and 19. Wilson 0 for 3 passing. Deep drop. He's flushed out. Has time to throw. And his receiver was falling down before the ball got there. Who averaged 43 yards a kick last year. Will let it go. This one wobbles a bit. Anderson at his own 32. He'll have a return of about 9 yards.
And Ricky is a fine linebacker. Played behind Rod Keith last year and worked his way into a starting assignment this year.
Alabama first down. Barker plenty of time. Up over the top and getting it on the near sideline. Kevin Lee out of bounds at the 20. Out of that great Vigor High School program in Mobile, Alabama. He's a junior. Lee with 3 catches, 78 yards so far. And barreling his way is Houston down to the 13.
Shields, right side.
Bama 0 for 4 on 3rd down. Williams in motion. Barker fumbles the ball as he was hit, and picking it up, the man who caused it, Rico Francis. A huge play by the junior out of Louisville. 7:21 to go. First half, Vanderbilt shut out offensively. Of course, they've done it themselves. Deep man, Tony Jackson. Curry gambled on the sack and the takeaway. 3rd and 9.5 for the Commodores. Single back set. Wilson flushed out of there, and he is sacked by Michael Rogers.
George Teague, if he starts sliding in, nope, it's a return.
Yeah, they got the return set up. Nice tight spiral. This one will drive. Chris Anderson back to his own 35. Good play to wrap him up there. On special teams, out at the 45-yard line. Ball was coughed up.
And Brazil's capable, but I think that's the end of the road at linebacker.
Dancing his way through for some yardage, Derek Lassick. 2nd and 6 for the Tide. Barker looking out to the right side. Little out pattern.
Playing a little bit looser.
Barker only his 6th game started as a collegian. Facing a 3rd down. Tide 0 for 5 in 3rd down situations. And a little shovel pass. That'll be incomplete.
His confidence, because they need a solid performance out of him on a week-by-week basis.
First punt for Brian Deal. He gets a little yardage out of it as it finally spirals down inside the 18-yard line.
Cool him off. They hope he can play in the second half, but the heat is pretty terrific on the sidelines.
No air conditioning on that Vanderbilt sideline either. Marcus Wilson pulled down from behind.
Teague has moved over to free safety.
And the give is to the fullback, Carlos Thomas. He breaks out around the 30-yard line. It appears he had first down yardage. George Teague thought he was big enough on that play. He ran right over the right corner. They're showing strong side right are the Commodores. They will run it off the right side, but nothing there for Tony Jackson. 2:28 to go before halftime. Second man through. That's 22. The wingback, Eric Lewis.
Now here we have 3rd and long.
They're 0 for 5. Wilson passing is 0 for 4. Penetration. They set up the screen. Tony Jackson has it. He is out to the 40 and does have the first down.
This afternoon.
He might need another shirt for the second half. Vanderbilt in the eyeball. Wingback has it. Eric Lewis again.
Excellent against the run and hard at work at becoming a better pass rusher, although he's good.
Here's a reverse. Nothing doing. Eric Weir. 3rd and 13 for Marcus Wilson. Out to the left side, and this will be over midfield. First down territory as Vanderbilt gets it to Clarence Civilian. There
Just played the ball incorrectly. Civilian came back underneath and made the catch.
Carlos Thomas has come off hurt. 2nd and 10. Commodores send 2 men down the right side. Wilson has no time at all to look at him as Jeremy Nunley to win the Western Division of the Southeastern Conference leads it 16-0. Down to the field, Bob Kessling. Michael Proctor to kick it off. 3 field goals in the first quarter. And he line drives one down to the 2-yard line. Tony Jackson angles to the left side. He's beyond the 25, breaks it at the 35, and out to about the 47-yard line.
But it's still a good move. Good job of running.
Wilson a fake to the fullback. He'll keep it around the left end, and Antonio London.
Of course, he's fast enough. I guess he could take a bad angle and still get there.
2-yard gain. Wilson to Jackson. He will crash down to the 45.
And at 16-0, it's really not over.
They stay in the eye bone. 3rd and 2. Wilson has to improvise. He has the first down. Not much there running so far. Fullback has it. Royce Love, the freshman. 2nd down and 8. Vandy on the move, but can they sustain it? 2nd man through. That's the wingback, Eric Lewis. Copeland looks like he's got an ice pack back there. Vanderbilt will try to get the first down inside the 30-yard line.
Is a real performer.
Vandy did get the first down. Nothing much happening on that play.
Great players from Miami.
2nd and 9. Wingback through inside the 20 and diving ahead near first down yardage. 4 tackles against Vanderbilt. He knows these Commodores. Bama crowd making some noise on first down. The fullback. Play number 10 of the Vanderbilt drive. 2nd and 9. The wingback stopped cold. Eric Lewis.
Of course, Curry back there.
Now it's 3rd down and 7. Wilson getting around left side inside the 10. Their most serious scoring threat of the game. Wilson has it. Rolling out right side. Down to the 6-yard line. Stopped cold by 2nd and goal from the 6. Bama's defense impressive in the touchdown allowed department. Wilson sacked behind the line. Eric Curry. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good here. A Bama player jumped. Pass into the end zone is incomplete. There is
in these passing
defensive team offside, 5-yard penalty.
To the fullback, to the end zone, touchdown Vanderbilt. Royce Love right up the middle. And they got what they needed at the culmination of this long, impressive drive. 6 points. They'll line up in the eye bone and go for 2, trying to make it 16-8. Tony Jackson, the motion man. Wilson to the wingback, and they get the 2 as Eric Lewis dives in. An impressive 14-play rushing drive by Jerry DiNardo's Vanderbilt Commodores, capped off by an Eric Lewis 2-point conversion. Folks, it's a brand new ball game here in Tuscaloosa. 7:53, 3rd quarter, 16-8. Kevin Lee is deep for Alabama. Anderson and Williams as well. They're 3 tailbacks. And it is Lee. And he runs into a clothesline out at about the 15-yard line. First down. Just beyond the 15. Parker, a short completion. Good gang tackling by the Vanderbilt Commodore.
Thanks, Dave.
Commodores trying to pile it up. They go ahead to Martin Houston.
They're trying to get as much fluid into the players as they can because it's so hot down here.
Alabama 0 for 6 third down plays, and they might be 0 for 7. It was 3rd and 2. Hunted away. Jeff Brothers, a junior free safety, and this is a beautiful spiral down to the 26-yard line. Fans were hollering for a clip. No flags on the play. We'll see if this return can start another drive for Vanderbilt. Deep man in the eye. There's Jackson.
First action. He's only had 7 or 8 practices on defense even.
Fullback, Royce Love. 3rd and 5. Wilson, forget it.
Conservative game plan. Don't put us in trouble.
A lot more rhythm to the game. Chris Anderson back to get the high far kick at his 14. He gambled a little on the return.
8-man front for Vanderbilt.
Parker, just a little look in there. Eric Lassick on the receiving end.
Well, I think that Jay would be not excited about what happened in the first half. He had a couple of wide open receivers that he missed, and at times the selection wasn't that good, but he's coming along.
We've got a flag in the backfield as Parker waits for time. Often that will signal holding. That's not what Alabama needed. They've got to get out to the 33-yard line now, and they have been awful on 3rd down today. 0 for 7. Back to the 10, Barker drops. Short route. Lassick gets away from one man. He's got the first down.
He got to the first down yardage.
It was a big play on 3rd down, and Anderson coming to the near side. On 2nd and 7. Parker has a man on the near side. That's Curtis Brown. 1st and 10 at the 49, tied into Commodore territory. Parker, little out pattern to the tight end, and that's Steve Buskey. It's hanging tough. That's at Death Valley. Clemson, number 13 in the preseason poll. North Carolina having its way with Wake today. Parker looking long, end zone, and he overthrows Kevin Lee.
Yardage situation.
Backs are split. Fullback Houston. First down. 90 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Barker looking again for the tight end.
Burrows was in good shape there.
Barker completing 45% of his passes so far.
The tight end was moving.
Emma's getting wide open here. Toward the left corner, and it's beyond the reach. Now it's 3rd and 10. He's in trouble. Dumps it off to Houston, who breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet. Just no yardage to be gained out there.
They finally get him nailed. Here comes Michael Proctor.
52-yarder. It is just a little short. He had it on target.
The Alabama offense have let a couple of opportunities slip away from him.
Marcus Wilson at the controls. 3rd man through, Tony Jackson, and saying hello to him right in the middle. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Vanderbilt did not throw a pass in 15 minutes. They had a 14-play rushing drive for a score, and they trailed by only 8. Second down, 12 from the 32 of Vandy. Wilson fakes a draw. Quarterback keeper cuts up the middle. He'll get near midfield out to the 45. Make to the fullback. Quarterback keeping and wrapping his arms around him. That big paw of Eric Curry.
Live action against an opponent of the season. So they're going to be a little rusty.
Second down 10. Second man, wing back, out to midfield.
This guy's going to be a little bit more significant at 200 pounds and hitting it in there.
3rd and 5. Vanderbilt 5 out of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Wilson with time. Right sideline. Forget it. Up over the top of
Alabama has people out there covering that now.
He will kick it this time. Bama, no return. And Vanderbilt will grab it way down there. at the 6-yard line. First down. Parker in his own end zone, looking left, right, nothing there. Breaks the tackle, and he'll turn it into about an 8-yard gain. Second down and 1. Parker will give it to Houston, the fullback. First down. He's beyond the 25 before he's stopped. A couple of pretty impressive plays.
Outside guys by Bill Elias, secondary by Ron Case. They've done a fine job.
Little pass underneath. Chris Anderson. They'll call it 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Houston eludes a man, and he has the Vanderbilt line collapse on him. Has a habit of putting programs on the map. Alabama 2 for 10 on 3rd down. Out into the flat. And off to the races over midfield, down to the 35-yard line.
Hope his family is fine. They lost their home in Hurricane Andrew.
And out to the left side. Parker's percentage improving. He's now 13 for 25, 177 yards. He hits his tight end, Steve Husky, who breaks loose for a few more. Second down, 2. Draw play. Houston, the fullback, over the 20. Down to the 10-yard line. Check it, it's Terrence Lynch. He is a horse. First down at the 12. Time it's Houston, who just checked back in.
Trying to put this game on ice, trying to get it into the end zone.
Second down and 7. Parker, who's 10 for 13 this half, sacked. 99. Tony Cates, 3rd and 13 for the Tide. Draw play. Lassett. He got lassoed around the foot. This for an 11-point lead. It'll be a 32-yarder right in the middle of the goalposts. He's 3 for 4 so far. And that's a chip shot the way he's going. Alabama increases the lead to 11. That young man has scored 12 of them, making 13 with the extra point. 7:42 to go. Bama now leads 19-8. 82 scores. Proctor's kick will fall at the 7. Tony Jackson. They've had good returns last couple of times, but he can only get out to maybe the 18-yard line. Yeah, but it's not too early to hurry. Wilson will throw. He's hit as he lets it go, and he's lucky that one was not intercepted
For Marcus Wilson.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped with 7.5 minutes to go. Wilson a deep drop. And he's lucky that one wasn't picked up. Here they come again. And down he goes. Copeland leading the way as the Tide. Anderson at midfield to receive the kick. Lawrence goes with the low line drive, and he hammers it back at the 35. Anderson had to stop his motion at the 30-yard line, and then he'll get about 11 yards, maybe 12, back on the return.
Exactly. Chris is used to play at Colorado for Jerry. He's from Evanston, Illinois.
1st and 10 for the Tide. They're not going to come out running. Parker pumping a couple of times, escaping, and then it's incomplete. I live in the same town with a guy you used to practice against, Howard Twilley, and he told me to watch out for your DB praises throughout the game. Draw play. 35. Houston. There he goes. He's across midfield, and he's down to the Vanderbilt 40-yard. First down at the 40. Clock is running. 6 minutes to go. A little quick opener. Fumble on the exchange, and Parker just has to pounce on it.
Is trying to reinforce in his memory that what he did is something that he shouldn't do again. And if you do it, you don't play.
3 wide receivers. Here they come. Parker in trouble, and they've got him back inside the 50. The ball was fumbled.
Hard to see what was going on there. Alabama punting it away.
4th and 24. They have to kick it, and that was a rather risky return.
Thanks for all your help.
We'll see if Vanderbilt can come up with something good on offense. Draw play. Tony Jackson out across the 30 if they go for the win. Wilson will keep it. Nothing on the right side. He goes off left tackle.
They don't do quite as well yet in passing situations. Hurts the result of throwing the ball all afternoon. And he is already a significant presence on the field.
1st and 5. Draw play. Tony Jackson. Crimson chasing him and getting him in the backfield. Sam Shade up. Clock with 2:40 to go. 2nd and 10. Wilson passing only 2 for 10 as he drops back. Steps up. Gets away, but not far enough away from John Copeland. That's not fair when guys that big are that quick. Make draw, play action, a little toss-up. Intercepted by Alabama. Michael Rogers. He's trying to go all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Rogers, a sophomore out of Laverne, Alabama. Michael Proctor, the extra point, blocked. Live ball still. And finally down years before Alabama. You know, we're talking about this 100-year stuff. Vanderbilt started in 1890. Tony Jackson at his 10. And out to maybe the 24-yard line. Minute 45 to go. 25-8. Alabama leads it. 1st down for the Commodores. Look out. He got the screen off. It's caught by Royce Love. And he will get out just over the 25-yard line
This afternoon.
Minute 15 to go. Wilson, a low throw. Incomplete. Was tipped and it falls incomplete.
And Mike DeBose was wondering whether he was going to play him or not, and he's got him in there.
4th and 9. Commodores' last gasp, and it ends in a quarterback tackle, a fumble. Commodores get it back with Tom Vincent, the right tackle.
He has to be happy with that, the way they responded to some difficult situations.
Backup quarterback Brian Bergdorf is in there, a redshirt freshman out of Cedartown, Georgia.
And, you know, he knows that probably none of those guys that wear helmets are perfect. And it's just a matter of teaching them a lesson. You know, especially when you're a good player. You can't have one set of rules for the good guys and one set of rules for the guys that aren't as good at performers.
Well, Tim, some folks may look at the score of this game and say Alabama taught Vanderbilt a lesson today, but that will not be true. The Commodores had a chance to get back into the game when they mounted a 14-play, all-rushing touchdown drive in the 3rd quarter, got the 2-point conversion to make it 16-8. But they couldn't sustain any offense, and Gene Stallings' Crimson Tide leaves the field, a 25-8 winner with a 1-0 record in 1992. Vanderbilt, nothing to be ashamed of, but they've got some work to do in the film room when that offense gets together on Monday.
Things were going well till they tried to throw that pass.